Community Viewpoint with Maria Hurst.
Hello and welcome to Community Viewpoint. I'm your host for this segment, Maria Guerra. I hope everybody is doing great. We have a very, very special treat tonight. We have Miss Jessica DeJarnay from Cakes, Cookies, and Creations joining us with her beautiful baked goods. By the way, DeJarnay means delicious cakes and cookies.
It does.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. When I met Jessica and I found out what she did and I checked out her website, I was like, you have to come and show all of Pahrump, all of this. And Conrad in the back, he has already tried one of the cookies, taste tested it, and he said they were awesome. And we couldn't speak to him for about 5 minutes while he was enjoying the cookies. So now he's had his cookie and we're doing the show. So welcome. So tell me a little bit about what got you into baking.
Well, I always tell people when they ask me about an interview, like, what got you into cooking? I always say it was my dad always telling me, go help your mother in the kitchen. Okay. And literally right after that, it went downhill from there. I wanted to be always be cooking and always wanted to do something my dad was like, go help your mother in the kitchen. Of course, it was a pain back then when I was 5 years old, but now I really enjoy it. I told my parents that when I was 7 that I wanted to be a chef, and it just went from there. Nice. And I thank my parents for this because I'm surprised they don't have ulcers of all the things I used to make that looked beautiful but tasted really bad, or looked really bad but tasted amazing. But I give them kudos for trying it out for me. So.
They were always your little taste testers.
They were.
That's good. That's good. So what made you pick pastry chef?
It was actually when I went to culinary school that the chefs there told me that was pastry. And the whole time I was like, no, I'm not. You don't know what you're talking about. You're so talking out of your butt. I don't know. No, that's not, no. And then it was after I graduated, it was a year later, I was working at the Wind Resorts. And I was like, oh, yeah, I am a pastry. I don't know. Yeah, okay. So kind of went back to that. So
you're like, he was right.
Yeah, they always say pastry people have a different personality. You can always tell who's a cook and who's pastry just because they have a personality of their own. So
all right, that's awesome. Yep. That's awesome. And we're going to try one of those cookies in just a minute. Yes. But I want to share some of the pictures. Is that okay if we do that
definitely.
now?
Yes.
And your website is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful website. So let's look at that. I just love it. The links are very clear, very easy. You do special orders. So tell me about the process.
So whenever you go on to Cakes, Cookies, and Creations, or you actually can call me personally, and I can custom order whatever you're wanting. From sugar cookies, like if you're needing, let's say, 7 dozen decorated sugar cookies that have a police car that says "Just Married," I can do that for you. All I have to do is just find the cookie cutter. Give me at least some advance if I have to get a special cookie cutter. To wedding cakes. So whatever you're needing, I'm definitely working to customize it to its exactly to you of what you're looking for. Nice. And one big thing, which
those are beautiful. Those chocolates.
You. Those are actually tempered chocolates, and inside of those were salted caramel.
Nice.
So when you take a bite of it, you're just like, oh yeah, it's like
I need to order some of those. So I'm making a shopping list like right now as we're talking, and I saw the Halloween cookies. That cake is gorgeous. Thank
you. I did that quite recently. It was for a sweet 16th birthday.
Okay.
So, and those are my I call them my crunchy peanut butter cookies. I actually came up with that recipe on accident. Okay. I went and creamed my flour with my butter instead of the butter and the sugars. And I was like, well, let's see if it works. And it actually works really well. So you get a nice crunchy peanut butter, and it has oatmeal on it too. So
it's healthy.
Ish. you get protein, you get your good, wheat and everything. Yeah, so healthy-ish. So
I love the football ones too, and that is adorable. I love that cake. That's a wedding cake?
That's a wedding cake, yes. So especially right now, there's a big fad of what's called naked cakes, which you don't really put any icing on the outside where you can see the layers of the cake, or decorating with fresh flowers. That's something I'm able to do either way. Actually something I've been working with is...
Those are cute.
Yeah, I actually saw those little sticks online on Amazon. I went and bought it so I can do a custom cake, so...
Oh, that's beautiful, too. I love that. I love the fresh flower cakes. Those are super, super cool.
Yeah, and then you're definitely able to save the flowers and dry them because you're, it's part of the wedding.
Yeah,
the cake is, all part of the wedding as well, not just the bride and groom. So
this is something we have at our table right now. All those wonderful cupcakes, and there's 3 flavors, right? We have.
Yes.
Tell us about those.
So the lavender one is actually a strawberry cupcake with cream cheese icing. The pink one here is just a vanilla cupcake with vanilla icing, and the green one is a chocolate cupcake with a peanut butter buttercream. So
Conrad's coming up to get.
I'm sorry, guys. These are too good. I have to steal another one. I'm gonna take the boot.
Okay, get the boot.
We're giving him the boot off the stage. He's gonna take the boot.
Yeah, I'll boot myself.
All right, I think we're gonna have to. I'm gonna. This one, I love this one. So I always wanted to go to Ireland. So when I saw this, how cute is that?
And my favorite, the little
I
gender
love
reveal
that one.
cookie type thing. So.
I love that. So on that, you could probably put something like to figure out.
Oh yeah. So even if you don't want, if you want to have where, whether it's Christmas or St. Patrick's Day or a gender reveal type thing. If you want just the sugar cookies and have them decorate yourself type of as like a party favor type thing, I'm able to do that as well. So it's really up to whatever the guest is needing that I'm definitely going to accommodate as much as possible. So
that is awesome. I totally took a bite of that cookie while she was talking. So one thing that I asked, because there's a lot of people that are allergic to different things, you can do gluten-free.
Yes. There is a lot of people out there that are gluten intolerant, they're dairy intolerant, or wanting to be vegan, trying to be as healthy as possible. There is so many different things out there nowadays that you can definitely use.
For substituting.
Exactly. Like Red Bear, he does a really good gluten-free flour that works really well with these cookies. So, and there's so many different things you can do. If you want to have no eggs or dairy in there, you just substitute it with something else. So I'm definitely able to accommodate all those things. So,
that's awesome. And so that makes it no matter what, because sometimes like I will go somewhere and there won't be anything gluten-free. So I totally took a Claritin so I could have a bite of this. But that's huge because not a lot of bakers will do that.
Yes.
And there's not a lot of choices when you go to the store to get that kind of stuff. So to me, that was like really, really huge. And especially if you're doing, like you have a baby shower or you have a wedding or something, then you can get certain items for everybody and then you can accommodate those people too.
Oh, definitely.
In one order rather than having to go to different places that you can handle everything. And coming to that, let's talk about your delivery.
Oh, yes. So all my deliveries I do for free. It's all of Pahrump and also to Las Vegas areas. It's something I'm wanting to do personally, something you don't do anymore. Like my whole thing is doctors don't come to your house anymore like they used to. Or anything else in that nature, the milkman doesn't come to your house.
Right.
Things like that I
that
thought
would be
was
very
really
convenient.
Cool. Yeah, I thought it was really, really, really fun back in that age. I was like, well, why can't I do that now?
Yeah.
Why don't we do something that...
Well, you see it on the movies. You see it on the movies, like there'll be a big wedding on a movie and then there's like a big cake truck. That doesn't really happen usually.
Yeah. So it's something that I wanted to do and, hey, I have 7 dozen cupcakes that I want, and I'm going to have it at a party. Can you bring it to my party so I don't have to do one extra thing? Of course.
Well, that's usually like the last thing you pick up. And I mean, just the other day, I had a friend who was hosting a baby shower, and she had ordered a cake. This was before I had met you. It was like, well, I guess it was like 2-3 weeks ago. And it was like she had an emergency, and it was like scrambling who's going to pick up the cake.
Right.
So I mean, that's a huge deal because that's usually the one thing. And then I can see a party, like I throw a lot of parties, and I can see like at the last minute, like, did anybody get the cake? What? So
I didn't
No
go
worries.
get the cake.
all your baked goods and your cake is going to arrive.
Yes.
So we just have a few minutes left. So what I wanted to talk about is you sell locally at the farmer's market.
Yes. There's a farmer's market at the VFW. I wish I remember the address.
Well, everybody knows it's on Homestead.
Yes. So on Saturdays, every Saturday, I'm going to be there from 7 to 1 is usually when it's usually be ending just because of the cold weather. Selling all my baked goods, and starting on this Saturday, I'll be doing breakfast pastries and hot apple cider as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So something little extra, for being out in the cold. We're like, hey, I want some, hot apple cider and all that stuff. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to special order some gluten-free stuff. Oh, three? Oh, we're at 3 minutes. I thought he meant he wanted 3 cookies. And like, get your hands off those cookies.
Here's some cupcakes.
So this is definitely one I can't eat, but because it has peanut butter. I'm also allergic to that, but oh my gosh.
And he comes and gets cupcakes.
I forgot one. No.
But see, you're grabbing that, but you're not grabbing this.
Yeah, that's for me.
I don't have 8 arms. No.
I'm going to just go out on a limb here and say that this show is a success. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to say that everybody loved this stuff. So they are adorable. I wish you could see like some of these up close, but go to the website. Oh, he spilled this one. Conrad, you are grounded. But this is beautiful. It's a beautiful little cupcake. It's got the icing, and it has that pretty like crystally sugar with these little gold things. They're so cute. But I can
actually take one out for you.
I'm excited that people can actually order different stuff. And like right now, who has time to do like all these gorgeous things? Like maybe somebody could sit down and do it, but unless you have like days. Oh, see how pretty that is? It's so cute. It's so cute. I'm gonna bite it. It's so cute.
And it's really nice. And the buttercream I use is a Swiss buttercream.
Okay.
So the egg whites are cooked for the people who are worried about it. And it's not heavy like an American buttercream that you see nowadays that are wedding cakes are made
I might have
from.
to make sure.
Have at it. Big old, finger full.
And you were telling me about the chocolate chip cookies over here. They're made with Swiss chocolate and with Toll House.
Yeah, so there's Toll House chocolates.
Okay.
Toll House chocolate chips. I've always loved that. And there is a type of chocolate that I get for France. It's called...
Oh, I said Swiss. I meant French. Okay.
It's a French type chocolate. And it's berry gold, and I just absolutely love this type of chocolate. And it's so rich. So when you take a bite of this cookie, you're just like, oh my goodness, I just gained 5 pounds from this bite. Like it's definitely one of those things.
But you won't gain 5 pounds from
unless
that.
you want to during the holidays, then go for it.
Right.
But no, it's definitely a really good cookie. I use the best ingredients possible.
I'm gonna try it.
So that's something I want to do.
So Conrad has already taste tested many of the products, and so from him to you, he's all get as much as you want. Thank you so much for coming on. We're going to have Jessica on again in the next probably month or so, and we'll be able to see more stuff. So meanwhile, go on the website. Let's show the website one more time just as we close out. And thank you so much. Go on the website. It's cakescookiesandcreations.com, 310-254-7293.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Call up Jessica. Get all your sweet stuff.
Community Viewpoint with Maria Hurst.